I go kamikaze, I don't need nobody. I go kamikaze, smoking on that broccoli. She ride me Kawasaki.
Hello guys, RamiX back for another video. In today's video, as the title suggests, is what if the Namikaze clan had a Dojutsu? And the like goal for this video is going to be 400 likes to get another part soon, and 450 likes to get another part the day after this. We left off with there being a month to train for the Chunin exams, and with everyone starting their training to reach new heights, and to hopefully get strong enough to show off their abilities, and be given the rank of Chunin. So make sure to like, share to a friend who likes anime content or what ifs. Comment down below. Check out the description down below if you want to join my Discord and maybe interact with me on a more personal level. And subscribe, as my goal is to get 2,000 subscribers by March, which I think is achievable if you do all those things. Make sure to watch until the end of the video, because just do it for me. Anyways, we can get back into the video. In this timeline, Naruto gets the water walking jutsu down basically within minutes, as he can fluctuate his chakra with the Kuroime, and later goes on to mastering the summoning jutsu within the first hour, as he has more chakra, as well as the Rasengan, as he already has an imperfect version, as Naruto would then pick up some weights and buy some for Sasuke as well, knowing that he'd be finished his training soon. And Sasuke's training is faster, much more faster, as well as already knowing lightning release and having fast speed, as well as the fact that he already has an imperfect Chidori, so it just works out, and he just works on honing his Chidori and boosting reducing the amount of chakra that is needed. Naruto and Sasuke would then start to train intensively, as they would train in a fashion that was almost inhumane. In the first hour of the day, they would eat proteins and carbs like ramen. Then in the 2nd to 8th hour of the day would be extensively spent on a brawl with the intent to kill each other. And then after that, 2 hours spent on working on all areas of their body. And in the last hour was a light spar, and they would try to strain their dojutsus, with Sasuke's Sharingan being able to point out Naruto and his own flaws in battle. And they would sleep for 8 hours before repeating the process. This would also give them great muscle gain, though they wouldn't realize this. It was also splitting their personality, while we now switch to the perspective of Hinata Hyuga, who had been practicing on a dummy in the Hyuga's compound, hitting all of its tenketsu, as Neji watched her doing this type of training and scoffed, knowing that she'd get nowhere, and he basically didn't have to train, thinking that nobody would even reach his power. Later that day, Hinata would be told by Anko that she is to train her. Hinata would accept her as a trainer, and they would immediately start training. Hinata would then train under Anko, learning fire at least, and using it in tandem, as well as getting minimal healing jutsu and the summoning jutsu. Her summoning animal is a snake, and she can also propel snakes from her hand like Anko and Orochimaru. Sasuke, noticing that both of his teammates had the summoning jutsu, would kind of get jealous in a way, asking Kakashi to teach it to him, as he then learns the eagle summoning and ninja hound, as we now have our month time skip, with Naruto getting a cape with the kanji of 6 on it, on his clothing, which is shown on screen now, as Sasuke and Hinata keep their clothing design, and their personalities had all shifted, becoming much more serious and entering the first stage, passing it with minimal ease, being more intelligent. And because Naruto's so much more intelligent, it's easy for him, as well as the others. As we now skip to the Forest of Death, Naruto would immediately create 5 shadow clones, and Sasuke would create 3, with Hinata creating 2, sending them out to attack other ninja and obtain their scrolls. As the main body Naruto, Hinata, and Sasuke would approach the center of the Chunin exams. Orochimaru would then send 5 ninja after them. These ninja would intrigue Naruto. He didn't know this yet, but they were the Sound 5, including Kimimaro. Naruto, who was able to feel their presence, would scoff at their power, but would want to test it. As they engaged in combat, Naruto would immediately throw a punch at one of the ninja. It became a 1v1, prompting the ninja to dodge and kick Naruto away, sending him into a tree. This didn't knock Naruto out, but it surely dazed him, as Naruto then got up, taking a better look at his opponent. It was a boy who he had guessed was around 14 to 15, with gray hair, almost white, and blue eyes, asking of his name and origin. He would reply, Kimimaro, in my clan, the Kaguya, as Naruto would reply that they're extinct, aren't they? I wouldn't say extinct, because I'm standing right here, aren't I? But gone they are, and I'm the only one left. And you? Naruto Uzumaki, they're gone too, to my knowledge. That's false, but what an interesting coincidence, thinking about Karin, who is another Uzumaki, meaning that they're not all extinct. As Kimimaro would then pull out a bone sword, leaping at Naruto and clashing with Naruto, who had pulled out his own sword to counter, parrying the attack using his Kuroime to enhance his perception, jumping back and throwing ninja wire connected to his clones, who threw them, throwing paper bombs in tandem, as Naruto would then perfectly align a water style and lightning style jutsu with the help of the Kuroime. Naruto would then pull Kimimaro down with almighty pull, as Kimimaro would then be killed by Naruto, or though it had seemed. But to his surprise, Kimimaro would emerge from the dust, surviving the attack unscathed with black patterns all over his skin. He had activated stage 1 of the curse mark, amping his power by 10-fold. As the curse mark would then grow, Kimimaro would smile. Naruto Uzumaki, I'll save you the trouble and end you fast, activating his full curse mark as his skin then turned brown and amping himself by 100-fold, as he would then pull out his collarbone, using it as a sword and condensing it, as Naruto would then see Hinata and Sasuke both being able to barely keep up with the other 4 members of the Sound 5, as it was a 2v1 on both of their fronts. Sasuke would then be injured by Orochimaru's snakebite, who had entered the fight to place the curse mark on Sasuke. Hinata would also be bitten by Orochimaru, falling to the ground in pain. It had seemed that Orochimaru had seen Hinata's potential and wanted her as a next vessel, and Naruto if he could get his hands on him. As Naruto would then close his eyes and reopen them, a tight celestial aura would then induce Naruto as his eyes rolled back into his head, rushing at Kimimaro and windmill kicking him, knocking out a few teeth that were quickly restored, as they are technically bones and have calcium within them, making him bleed from his mouth. Nevertheless, Naruto would then activate his dark and light Kuroime at the same time, using Earth Style to lift Kimimaro up, as his light Kuroime then turned into a 1 Tomoe, and his dark Kuroime turned into a 4 Tomoe as his personality shifted, pounding in Kimamaro's stomach as he then jumped as high as he could, bringing down his foot in black air force stomping Kimimaro, leaving him with internal bleeding. As Naruto would then blitz to Yuya, seeing her as trouble with her genjutsu and all, and stripping her head from her body. Naruto would laugh. He hadn't had a true fight since the Land of Waves, and his occasional all-out spar with Sasuke. As Naruto would then be targeted by Kidomaru with a spider arrow at 100% accuracy. Naruto would look at this arrow, and then at Orochimaru, Jirobo, Ukon, and Sakon, who had all activated their curse marks and activated jutsu. As Naruto would then duck on the arrow, but it still scratched his skin, gouging out a piece of his flesh. Nevertheless, he would then grab the arrow midair, throwing it at Jirobo, who fell to the ground like a twig, as Naruto would then run up on Jirobo, grabbing his hair and lifting him up into the air, throwing him into a tree, as Jirobo tanked this, as they all in unison activated their full curse marks. Naruto would then start the battle, all 5 of them at once, including Orochimaru, who would then be shocked at Naruto's power, knowing that he had to place a curse mark on the boy, even if it killed him, as 3 coffins would then rise up from the ground, with Naruto throwing a few shuriken at all of them, only stopping 1 in its place, as the coffins then opened, revealing the first and second Hokage. Naruto would guess that the 4th was the other one, but would brush this sense off. Naruto would then start to be overwhelmed by their combined efforts. Naruto would then start to get stronger while the fight went on, and slowly he was adapting and gaining the upper hand, though he needed Sasuke and Hinata at his side, as they would then get up, dazed but still up, with a purple chakra surrounding them, and the black marks of the curse mark, as well as the patterns on their face and neck, as well as their bodies. With this newfound power and rage, they would aid Naruto, being able to help him, even taking out Jirobo and Kidomaru, as they would then pour their chakra into Naruto, who held out his hands. A giant sphere of energy would then start to form. Naruto would launch this ball, itemizing Kidomaru to Yuya, the second and first Hokage as well. Naruto would then fall on one knee, and his nose would start to bleed. As blood dripped from his nose, he would start panting, and his skin began to grow pale. He had overdone it. Ukon and Sakon would then start to merge with Naruto's body. Naruto would immediately pull out his sword, preparing to stab himself. If I die here, it only means coughing up some blood. I wasn't meant to go this far, pulling out his sword and stabbing himself. As they then forced themselves out of him very fast, but because the blade was laced with poison, which Naruto had made sure to do before every encounter of battle, it was slowly killing them. As Naruto would then fight Orochimaru and Kimimaro with the aid of Sasuke and Hinata as well as the Kyuubi's chakra, the Anbu would then arrive unseen, chasing Orochimaru, who had fled the scene of battle, not wanting to be injured further, as he does have a plan to kill Hiruzen. As Kimimaro would follow close behind Orochimaru, but Naruto would then use God mode briefly, blitzing Kimimaro and forcing him to fight, as Naruto didn't know this, but he had sped up Kimimara's illness by a great deal. Naruto would then be judo slammed to the ground from Kimimaro, immediately jumping up and charging up all of his chakra into his palm and hand. Kimimaro would then use the Bracken dance on Naruto, who couldn't react to the technique and the unique and unorthodox fighting style, as he would then use his bone burial technique, turning his hand into a drill sword, to be exact, ready to kill Naruto right there and then. As he then fell to the ground, Kimimaro would then fall to the ground, falling onto Naruto's shoulder and telling Naruto that he was a formidable opponent. Dying out on his deathbed, Naruto would then get up, unsheathing his sword and stabbing it into Kimimaro, twisting the blade 64 degrees as blood spurted from the wound sporadically. Naruto would then put this blood into a vial that he would then put into his windbreaker, as the Anbu would lose Orochimaru's track, and Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata would be taken to the hospital for their wounds, all in critical condition, at least somewhat. Naruto would wake up and unsheath his sword, slashing it through the air, as blood then spurted from his body and mouth. Naruto would then black out, falling back onto his hospital bed. Naruto would wake up using the Nine-Tails chakra mixed with his Uzumaki healing regen to heal himself completely, and using the Nine-Tails chakra on Sasuke and Hinata to heal them as well. For some reason, the Nine-Tails hadn't rejected their chakras. Naruto wasn't surprised at Hinata's not being rejected, but more Sasuke's. Sasuke was an Uchiha, and to his knowledge, Kurama, or the Nine-Tails, the Kyuubi itself, hated Uchiha. As they would then prepare for the final and preliminaries of the exams, as Naruto would defeat Kiba with ease, almost blindfolded at that, and so would Sasuke and Hinata with their battles and opponents, as Hinata would then go on to beat Neji, as she has trained with the likes of many skilled ninja for a whole month to catch up to Sasuke and Naruto, which means that Naruto would go on to fighting Hinata. Hinata and Naruto would have a long brawl, with Hinata not wanting Naruto to hold back against her, so she knows exactly how she scales to her opponents and teammates. And Sasuke versus Gaara goes different. The difference here is that the Chidoris perform faster and easier, as the plan would be hatched with the Genjutsu being activated. Naruto and Hinata as well as Sasuke would go to fight Gaara, and in this timeline Gaara wouldn't be as much as a problem, with Naruto eventually having his iconic chin crawl, using Taka no Jutsu on Gaara, and basically turning him to the light side. Naruto and his squad would then be in the hospital for about a week, as the third Hokage would survive in this timeline, but would be injured to the point where he has to pass down the role of Hokage. Due to the fact that Naruto had injured Orochimaru greatly, he hadn't fully healed, as well as the potential for the Anbu and other higher-ranking Jonin like Kakashi or Guy being able to help Lord Third. Either way, he survives and would give Naruto, Sasuke, Hinata, and Shikamaru the rank of Chunin, as Naruto would then go with Jiraiya to find Tsunade, with Sasuke accompanying them. As he would be training with Naruto, and this is where Naruto would start to add wind style to his Rasengan, or at least start to try, as Naruto would then go to his hotel, getting a knock on the door. Naruto, being keen, not naive and smart, would peek through the people, seeing two people with the robe of the Akatsuki. He didn't know this, but they were Kisame and Itachi. He kind of recognized Itachi and Kisame as well from a book he had read, but brushed this off, as Kisame would then break down the door, shocking Naruto, who ran out in front of them, rushing right past them and into a different hallway. As Sasuke would then get back from training in the woods and on the training field, seeing Itachi and going into a blind rage to kill his fellow last Uchiha. Naruto would then persist to Sasuke to calm down, not listening to him, as he would then accept it, knowing that it doesn't matter what path he goes on, because he will be the light in his way. As Sasuke would then charge at Itachi with the Chidori in hand, and that, my friends, is where I'll be ending the part. Anyhow, make sure to like, share, comment, check my Discord server down below to engage with me on a more personal level. Subscribe, as I am trying to get 2K by March, which I think is achievable. If you share my channel to a friend who likes anime content and I work hard, I think tomorrow I may be uploading, but if I just keep my normal uploading schedule, it will be every day. So your next upload from me will be on Wednesday, but don't quote me on that. And as always, work hard and be kind. Rami X out.